I really took time, and I really thought to myself, I want to be there for my big sister, my little sisters, my little brothers. I want to be there for my mom, my dad, and I was like, I need to change, like, now.
Wow.
And
wow, that's the hardest part.
For years, Bry's daughter Tis kept quiet. But now she's speaking out, and what she's sharing is shaking the Norwood family's carefully crafted image. You've probably heard the old saying, what's done in the dark will eventually come to light. Well, Che just turned on that light, and now the world is seeing what really happened behind closed doors. From the outside, Brandy Norwood, known to many as the R&B princess and Disney sweetheart, had a picture-perfect life. She was seen as the good girl of the music industry, talented, kind, and wholesome. So, when news broke years ago that she was pregnant, the public was shocked, and not in a good way. This was the same Brandy who played Moshe and encouraged young girls to wait until marriage. The surprise pregnancy didn't match her public image at all. To protect her reputation, Brandy's team, reportedly led by her mother.
It's crazy because I get so nervous when anybody kind of talks about her and then talks about me too. And, you know, like you see like reactions or articles or anything like that. It's like, oh my God, what are they going to say? What are they going to say? Because, you know, when people have kids and like their kids don't do it as big as they or their parents, or they don't sound as good, or they don't act as good, or they don't whatever, it's like the constant pressure of people having an automatic expectation on you, like she has to sound like her. Right. Like there's no way that she can't sound like her, like genetically she has to sound like her. And it's like, but I mean,
Bry's pregnancy didn't match her public image at all. To protect her reputation, Brandy's team, reportedly led by her mother, Sonia Norwood, came up with a story. They claimed Brandy had secretly married the baby's father. It was a PR move to calm the media and keep her image squeaky clean. But behind that story was a little girl, born into a world where appearances mattered more than honest dates. Sai. Brandy's daughter, growing up, Sai, wasn't treated like a part of the spotlight. While Brandy continued building her career and public brand, Sai was kept in the background. She made a few appearances, like in Brandy's special delivery on MTV special showing her pregnancy journey, but after that, it was barely mentioned. She didn't show up in interviews.
it was never, it wasn't easy to look at myself. And then I grow up in an era where a lot of young women compare themselves to other girls on social media. And I'm a little victim of that. I get very jealous, I guess is the word. I get very insecure when I look at other women.
Rarely seen in family pictures, and fans began to wonder, where is Brandy's daughter? As she got older, CZ began to open up about her experiences. She revealed that her childhood wasn't as magical as it may have looked. She struggled deeply with her body image and felt like she didn't belong even within her own family. While her mother was admired for her beauty, health, and fashion, Sai was left feeling invisible. She shared that she often avoided social media because she felt like she didn't look the part. Her family, especially her grandmother Sonia, was focused on perfection. If Sai didn't fit that mold, Svi was pushed aside. Sai admitted that she...
This is such a trick question.
I know I just put that out there on you on camera, which is unprofessional, but...
For some odd reason, people don't understand they can like and love us both.
Complicated relationship with food and self-worth since she was young. Feed became a coping mechanism during tough times, especially in high school when the pressure to be thin and pretty grew stronger. She said she often asked herself heartbreaking questions. Why don't I look like my mom? Why was I made this way? Her feelings weren't just about weight. They were about identity and acceptance. While Brandy was glowing in the spotlight, appearing at award shows in designer outfits, Sai felt like she was watching from the sidelines. She didn't feel celebrated. She didn't feel seen. And what made it harder was the silence. When Cece struggled, when she was hospitalized due to health issues connected to her eating habits, there wasn't much public support from Brandy or Sonia. No joint statements, no family interviews, just silence. It sent a message that her pain didn't fit into the polished image the Norwoods wanted to present.
I did feel pressure to kind of quickly do it, or, you know, try and maneuver how I would, let me not eat this for a week, or let me like kind of change up everything just to kind of form a little Instagram body, but that's not normal.
A lot of this control seemed to come from Ty's grandmother, Sonia Norwood. Kanya was more than just a momager. She managed Brandy's entire career, from her TV days, on Moshe, to her music and public appearances. People close to the family believe that Sonia was the mastermind behind the fake marriage story. She could convince the world Brandy was married to protect her brand. What else was she controlling behind the scenes? Some believe Sonia was also directing how Sai should appear, what she wore, how she looked, even how she handled her health. But Sai didn't fit the image. She didn't look like the rest of the family. She didn't move like a celebrity's child. And in a family that seemed obsessed with appearances, that meant she didn't fit in. It's heartbreaking to hear Sai describe how she felt growing up. She says she never felt like she earned a place in her own family. The message she got, whether spoken or not, was that love and acceptance came with conditions. You had to look a certain way. You had to act a certain way. You had to be perfect. But Sai is no longer staying quiet. She's using her voice to talk about the years of emotional pain she experienced, both from her family's silence and from the pressure to be someone she wasn't. Her story is a reminder that fame doesn't guarantee love or support. Being born into a famous family doesn't mean you're automatically valued or cared for. Sai's truth is hard to hear, but it's important. It shows how harmful it can be to put appearances above everything else. It reveals the emotional cost of maintaining a perfect public image at the expense of real relationships. And it's a powerful call to look beyond the surface and see the people who are quietly hurting underneath. In the end, all Sai ever wanted was to be accepted for who she really is, not who the world wanted her to be. She's spoken openly about how she struggled with an eating disorder when she was younger. Her story was supposed to be a light for others going through the same thing. But somehow that message didn't seem to reach her daughter, Sari. Instead of feeling supported, Sari felt alone, maybe even ashamed. She shared a moment when things got really bad. She fainted while walking up the stairs during an important showcase. She admitted that she was treating people poorly at the event, likely because she wasn't feeling well physically or emotionally. Then she collapsed. Her cousins had to rush her to the hospital. That experience became a turning point. Doctors told her clearly it was time to take her health seriously. The whole situation was a wake-up call. It scared her. She realized she couldn't keep going like that, pretending everything was fine. She had to make a change. But here's what hurt. During that time, Brandy, her mother, barely said a word. It's not that she didn't care, but from the outside looking in, it felt like Siri was facing her struggles alone. Fans noticed the silence. It seemed like she was going through something huge, yet nobody in her famous family was stepping in to show support. Now, fast forward. Today, we see a different Siri. She looks happy, confident, and full of life. Her social media is glowing with posts about music, beauty, and self-love. People are cheering her on. But at the same time, some folks are quietly questioning the change. Sari has said she made a decision to focus on her health, change her lifestyle, and lose weight the natural way. But rumors have started. Some are whispering that her transformation may have had some help, possibly from surgery. Let's be real, there's absolutely nothing wrong with getting help if that's what someone chooses. The real issue here is the silence. The family hasn't confirmed anything, but they haven't denied it either. And that silence creates space for gossip. The Norwoods have a history of staying quiet or carefully shaping their image when uncomfortable topics come up. People still remember the fake wedding years ago and how carefully every piece of Brandy's public life was managed. Because of that, fans start to wonder what's real and what's just part of the brand. Some believe Sari may have chosen weight loss surgery to help speed up her journey, and there are whispers that it might not have even been her own idea. Allegedly, Brandy or even her grandmother Sonia could have encouraged it. Not in a cruel way, but more like, let's fix this, so you'll finally be accepted. That kind of thinking can hurt more than help. And again, no one in the family has addressed it. It's like every sensitive issue that comes up is met with silence. And that only adds fuel to the speculation. Brandy herself has been open about struggling with body image. She's talked about how the pressure to look perfect in the entertainment industry pushed her into unhealthy patterns. She wanted to maintain the perfect image, even when it came at a personal cost. So when Siri started having her own issues with her body, people assumed Brandy would understand and step in. After all, who better to support her daughter than someone who's been through it too? But that's where questions started to rise. If Brandy had experienced these same struggles, why did it seem like she wasn't helping Siri avoid the same pain? Some fans believe she did try, in her own way. There's even talk that during Siri's most difficult years, Brandy may have gained weight herself, not just for health, but maybe to help Siri feel less alone. That's something only a mother would do. One commenter said, "It's heartbreaking how trauma keeps getting passed down through generations when no one talks about it." I feel for Siri. Growing up in her mom's shadow must have been hard, but not feeling like she belonged even in her own family, that hits different. Another added, "Brandy seems like a kind soul, but it's clear her own mom controlled her for years. Maybe she didn't know how to help Siri because she's still healing her own inner child." Some people think Brandy stepped back not because she didn't care, but because she didn't want the public talking. The Norwood name has always been about keeping up appearances. Maybe Brandy, after facing years of judgment herself, just didn't know how to handle a daughter who didn't fit the image. Maybe it wasn't about shame. Maybe it was fear. Fear of being judged. Fear of reliving the past. Fear of letting people see the truth. Eventually, Siri found her voice. And when she finally spoke out, the pain behind her words was obvious. She said she would get nervous anytime someone mentioned her mom, not because she wasn't proud, but because the comparison felt heavy. She said it out loud. "Why am I not that size?" It wasn't about being vain. It was about wondering why she didn't feel like she fit into the world around her. Watching her mother live out her dreams while she struggled just to feel seen was. Siri's pregnancy didn't match her public image at all. To protect her reputation, Brandy's team, reportedly led by her mother, Sonia Norwood, came up with a story. They claimed Brandy had secretly married the baby's father. It was a PR move to calm the media and keep her image squeaky clean. But behind that story was a little girl, born into a world where